First of all, what everyone knows is who is your character?
Maz Kanata is her name, and she is a pirate who has been alive for a while, and she has a colorful past and runs a bar.
And that's all you can tell.
Yep.
I play Poe Dameron, who is a fighter pilot for the Resistance. He's very eager to prove his leadership and that he can be a hero for the new generation. He's committed totally to the Resistance and puts his life on the line at any given moment, sometimes recklessly. He's got a bit of a problem with authority. He's a fast talker, he can be, but I think ultimately he's a very warm person. He's the kind of person that you want in the trenches with you.
Am I wrong, or is he the owner of BB-8?
BB-8 does accompany him in the X-Wing, yes. That's his droid. At least it starts that way, for sure.
How does it feel like having your own droid?
It feels pretty great.
Yeah?
Yeah, especially that droid. It's a very special little droid.
It's calling to you.
How do you think this movie can conquer the new audiences who never seen Star Wars?
Well, what is so great about this film, I've seen it, and I think it's a seamless continuation of the Star Wars saga. And when you walk into it, for those of us who've experienced the past films, it feels familiar in the most delightful way. But then it's also embraced this new technology and these new storylines, and it is a thing of its own, so that people who are coming onto the Star Wars train with this film will not feel left out.
I think they're going to want to see the other movies after they see this one, because it is a continuation of the story and it's a deepening of that story, but it's also a new version of the story. JJ focuses the camera on the characters that you usually don't get to know too much about. They're the ones in the backgrounds, the stormtroopers, the pilots. He's looking at the people that are not from a royal lineage. They're not from a special bloodline. They're not the highest, most powerful families. They're anyone. I think that speaks to a lot of the world today.
How is your relationship with Star Wars? Do you have any toys? What's your favorite character, your favorite movie?
I didn't have toys growing up, with Star Wars toys growing up, so I'm catching up now.
Now because we didn't have it at that time, right?
Yeah. Now I'm catching up, and when I was shooting the film last year, I went into a comic book store and I bought myself a little stormtrooper, and his name is Thunder. I take him with me everywhere, and on this press tour, and I show him around, and so I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the invitation that Star Wars gives us to play with our inner child. We all have inner children, and they never go away, and these are moments where we can celebrate that inner child.
First movie I ever saw in the movie theater was Return of the Jedi. And in my family, they've been huge Star Wars fans growing up. My uncle, my cousins, we would have parties every time a new movie would come out. We would dress up as the characters. So it meant a lot to me. We're home.
My favorite character of the old guard was R2-D2. I loved that he was this droid and he spoke and we didn't understand anything he said, but we understood his heart. We got him. And I loved his relationship with C-3PO. It reminded me of my siblings, where you bicker and you argue and then you part, but you can't be apart for too long because you really do just love each other.
I recognized probably the best film, just as a film, as a piece of filmmaking, is Empire Strikes Back. But personally, I'll always love Return of the Jedi the most because it's the first movie I saw, and because my favorite toy was Lando Calrissian from Return of the Jedi, in his little mask that he had. So yeah, it just means something personal to me. And that's the thing with Star Wars, is that people have a very intimate, personal relationship with these stories.
You might need this.
Wow.